Hello everyone. Today we're going to be going over exercise 16.1 set by practiceit. So let's start by reading the problem first. Write a method set that accepts an index and a value and sets the list element at that index to have the given value. You may assume that the index is between 0 and inclusive, and the size of the list exclusive. Assume that you are adding this method to the LinkedIn list class as defined below. Then you'll see that our class is down here below. Then you'll see inside our class we have something called a list node front. And then it's commented saying that it's null for an empty list. So list nodes are basically methods that implement linked lists. And linked lists are data structures that consists of nodes. And each node is going to hold a value and is like a reference for the next node ahead of it. Let's start by creating our method first. So we're going to create our method public void set because our method is going to be called set, and it's going to accept two parameters, index and value. So let's go ahead and do that. Index into value. Right, so now we have a method called set that accepts two parameters like our problem told us to do. Now we're going to be creating a list because we have no list to work with right now. List current, I'm going to just call it current because it's the one that we're currently working with. And that's going to be equal to front. And the reason I did that was because this method is inside the class up ahead over here, right? And there's already a list node called front, so there's no reason to call it. Moreover, instead of that, we can just have something called a list node called current, a new one, and then have it equal to front. So later on, we can implement it into the bigger class. So now we're going to put our values inside of our list node, and we're going to do that by using a for loop. So for loops are basically going to iterate something for a set amount of time. So we're going to start int I, and then we're going to start at 0. The reason we start at 0 is because over here it says you may assume that the index is between 0, and then 0 is going to be inclusive. So I is going to be equal to 0. And then our second example is going to be I is less than index. And that is because it's going to be exclusive to the size of the list, meaning that I is going to be less than index. Now let's just finish this for loop up. And this for loop is basically going to run through the set amount of times for how big our list is. If our list is like 6 nodes long, then it's going to run 6 times. And inside our for loop, we're going to have a .next function. So inside we'll just do current is equal to current .next. And what this is going to do is it's going to just iterate that next value for current, that list in current, and then put it into the current list node. Let's just close this for loop up. And then we have to make it equal to value, right? So because it says set the list element at the index to have the given value. So we're just going to do that by doing current.data is equal to value. That again is just going to give that list element of that index to the given value here. And let's just close the brackets of the method and submit it. Yep. And you'll see that it passed all 4 test cases. Thank you for watching.